What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, I just want to wish our viewers a very happy Thanksgiving and many smiles per hour out of your RC this weekend. All right, guys, just like I said, after we hit 1,000 subscribers, you guys are about to see some serious RC shit. We're not going to hold anything back anymore, and we're going to start hot right out of the box with a super crazy build for you guys. All right, let's not delay anymore. Let's get right into it. The Crazy Horse build starts now.
Just get those wonderful toys.
If you guys were to build your dream RC from the ground up, what would it look like? If Andrew Dice Clay and Nikolai Tesla were into making RCs, I think that's what mine would shape up to be. Is this the crazy that I promised you guys, or what? I figured with the weekend coming up, let's give them something to talk about. Maybe something to figure out. All right, guys, let's get right into this crazy build. All right, so I am building my own RCs from the ground up now. I forget about all the chassis out there. I am starting to build my dream RCs. I really have everything that I could possibly want. Every now and again, something comes out that I really wanted to get my hands on, but really nothing is ringing my bell. So I am deciding I'm just going to start building my own lineup of RCs. And we are going to do it on the Radioactive Racing Unbreakable chassis. And this thing has worked out so well for us in the past. I figured we'd do our first ground up build on this chassis. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Couple obvious things you can see. Looks like we're looking at a two-wheel drive model here. And we have 4 power plants right here. We have the Hobbywing 4268 power plant. And we are powering it with 4 BLX 185 150 amp ESCs. And I really like this combination. This Hobbywing motor is my favorite motor to deal with in the 6S lineup, and this is my favorite 6S ESC. And this, guys, is my favorite motor mount to work with. I love PPS and I love their quality products. It's just unmatched, guys. Now, you can see that we are running a small pinion on there. We're running a 10-tooth pinion on here. And if you guys are wondering, this front differential up here is completely locked up. If you can see in there, there is no longer a diff case. It is a completely locked up diff. We don't want our power escaping out the front. That would be counterproductive. So that is where our power starts, and it goes back to our second set of motors back here. And if you can see, the drive line is just very straight. There's not a whole lot of play in either of these drive shafts. Everything is very tight, as it should be, made by Radioactive RC. So There are a couple things that we're going to change about this. We are just mocking everything up, trying to get a feel for what it's going to look like and what this RC is going to be. Now, I know some of you guys have some questions right off the bat, and why in the heck are you putting all this power to one differential to two sets of wheels? I'm going to answer that. Just hang with me, guys. This is what we've got to start with, and we've got about 4.5 to 5 horsepower coming out of each one of these, getting us a roundabout figure of 20 horsepower to the rear wheels on this chassis. So I think this is going to be very crazy, and rightly so. This is the crazy horse build, guys, and I think it's going to live up to its name. Now, there's only a couple applications for something like this. Some serious hardcore drag racing, maybe just an absolute crazy burnout machine, something that is completely overpowered. But what if you could make all that power hook up? What if you could utilize all this power and have it not be overkill? All right, guys, this is what we're doing with this build. I have been memorizing the NRCTPA rulebook. This is the RC pulling and monster truck rulebook, handbook, and that is exactly what we're building here today. Is we are building a world-class tractor puller. Now, I know a lot of you guys might not be into tractor pulling, but there are a lot of cool things that go along with that genre of the hobby, including being able to utilize all this muscle and apply it to the track and get down the track successfully, pulling a sled. Now, this particular puller is going to be an unlimited puller. This unlimited puller can be different configurations of any kind, 6-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, but I really love tractors. We are here on the ranch, and you guys know that I own a few tractors and that I have been in the pulling, tractor pulling industry since the 80s, and I really love this part of the hobby. You know, when I finally dawned on me that I could put my tractor pulling skills and my RC build skills together, it was almost like the drums when you can hear it in the air tonight. It just went right off in my head. I knew exactly what I was doing. I thought this thing through, and this could not be a better build so far. I'm very happy with it, guys. And if you guys stick with me here till the end, I'll even mock it up, and you guys can kind of see what it'll look like a little bit here. So there are a couple things we're going to change. No, we're not going to be using the plastic Arma 6S diff. We're going to be removing that and putting the complete hot racing locked up rear differential in there, because you can't have a tractor turning one wheel and one rear wheel and the other rear wheel at different speeds. You're going to end up going down the track, and it's going to go this way or that way, and it's just not going to hook up. So we're going to lock up this. These two will be locked up. This one will be spinning freely with 500K in the center. So I think this is going to be a pretty kick-ass build, guys, and this will absolutely be the most powerful 1/6 scale RC in the world, no doubt about it. I don't think anyone's ever attempted anything this crazy. If they have, comment below. I want to hear about it. Speedrun cars don't count. Those things have this much area to work with and put all sorts of real estate on there. But when you're planning that much power and you have certain weight guidelines and certain chassis restrictions. It's a lot harder to slap all these motors and ESCs and batteries on here and make it all work. But we have rules that we're following here, and we have got to keep this whole build under 20 pounds. And we have a length of 28 inches to work with, and we're utilizing about 26 of those 28 inches with the overall total length. But I wanted to give you guys something to talk about over the weekend, so you guys knew that Radioactive wasn't just sitting here idle. I was building this RC in my head, and I was building all the parts together to make this happen. This is going to be one expensive build, guys. I mean, look at it. It's just obvious, right? So I'm putting a lot of time and effort into it, and hopefully you guys will follow us and see where this build goes. And we're going to ultimately take this puller to the 2023 World Finals, and we are going to do our best to get down the track and do it in style. A lot of the pullers in that class are nitro, and you guys know nitro's cool, but there is nowhere near the power in a nitro machine as there is in this electric little power pack. I mean, these things pack a punch, guys. Can you believe that? I mean, your average large riding lawnmower or zero turn, you've got that much horsepower in this little chassis. All right, guys, I'm going to put it together for you guys, just kind of mock it up since you guys have made it all the way to the end of the video. And I really appreciate you guys being here. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome, guys. Like and subscribe. You guys have found the right channel. We build RC monsters, obviously, right here. So if you guys are interested with this build, or if these kind of builds interest you, you guys need to stick around and see what this channel is all about. All right, guys, let's get it mocked up and check out the Crazy Horse and what it's going to look like. All right, there it is, guys. That is our super modified RC pulling tractor. Of course, it's not going to look just like that, but that's a good mock-up. Can you guys see it racing down the track? Man, I can see it right here. It's hard to imagine that we've got 20 horsepower close to it sitting on the bench right now. Wow. All right, guys. You have an excellent Thanksgiving and get many smiles per hour out of your RC. And I will get back to building this monster called Crazy Horse. And we will see you Radioheads on the next one.